Hi everyone. Today I want to talk about depression. Unfortunately, depression is not a light, happy topic. It is actually a very heavy, sad, and uncomfortable topic. And I feel like it affects more people than we even possibly realize. And it's not talked about enough. So let's get started. First, let's define what is depression. So I wrote down the major signs of depression, and it can look different for everybody, but these are some common signs. So persistent sadness or loss of interest in things that you've formerly enjoyed, or in just life. Nothing is worthwhile. Feelings of guilt or worthlessness, a lack of energy, poor concentration, appetite changes, problem sleeping is a really big one, or even having thoughts of suicide. So these are signs of depression. So if you are feeling those things, you are having a reaction to something in your life. A lot of times people don't even fully understand why they're feeling that way or what they're reacting to. So I kind of have a little roadmap for us to follow here, okay? So XYZ is something in your life that you are having a reaction to. And in this case, a negative reaction. So this is happening or has happened. All right, your reaction is to go down into a more low, depressed state. This is a dangerous place to be in because, one, it's really a horrible feeling when you're there. And two, you are not thinking rationally when you are very low and depressed. You could possibly have what I like to call like a wheel of despair, where you have thoughts circling in your head that actually aren't true. And when you're in that place, you're not thinking rationally, and you don't recognize the truth when it's right there sometimes, and that is very hard. So when you recognize you are having a negative reaction and you are feeling low and not well, and any of these other signs that we just talked about, all right, recognize it. Then you need to put into place some healthy strategies, some coping strategies, which are very different for everybody, but kind of similar to the ones that are known to work, to help you feel better, okay? Get a little higher, because when you're not thinking rationally, you cannot address any kind of real issues because you're not thinking clearly. So some healthy habits or healthy strategies that you can do is you need to get outside. You need to move in some way, and that can look different, like all kinds of ways. Some people walk. Even if you can if you're so low, just walk to a tree and lean against a tree, or swim, or just be outside, or move some way. Yoga, stretching, like something, okay? Or talk, journal, draw. I mean, there's a whole nother video for you where I'm going to talk about positive coping strategies, okay? Notice I didn't say go have a drink of alcohol or something, because that actually is not a positive coping strategy. So put into place a positive coping strategy that's going to help bring you up into a lighter, better state. Once you're feeling a little better and you're like, oh, okay, so I know I am having these reactions and it gets me here. If you are in a place where, you don't want to feel that way anymore, then you can, when you're feeling a little better, you can do something to try to figure it out. You need to be a detective, and that looks different. There's lots of ways to do this, okay? So you can do talk therapy, go to therapy, and so talk through with a professional all the things or reactions, and they can help you navigate and explore. If you feel like you've gone to a few sessions and you feel like it's not really doing anything for you, it could be that you need to find a different therapist, because they aren't all equal, and sometimes someone isn't able to help you. So you could try a different therapist before you kind of totally write it off. If you are more not really into talking, then you need to do some things that are going to get you thinking. So again, movement is really important. Some people, to do some real healing, they do big things, like they go for long hikes, or they spend a lot of time swimming, or they go for like a camping trip, and doing something that's going to bring you in nature, give you time to really think. Okay, so this is a really hard and difficult step, but if you put in the effort to really figure out what is causing this reaction, and then you can move forward with a plan for how to stop having these reactions and swings. Okay, so some people do energy work. It's really all kinds of different stuff that you can do to figure out. A lot of times it's being observant. So start being a little detective in your own life. Have a journal or running record of, okay, so today I got very sad or very angry. Write down exactly what you felt, and then look back at what happened that day or the day before, and try to start narrowing down what is happening before that, so you understand better why you're having those reactions. This is really difficult. Sometimes people do need medication to feel better, but my thoughts are medication isn't always a long-term solution, because in the end, it's helping you feel better, but it's not addressing the root cause of your problems. I don't have problems with medication. I took antidepressants for many years, but it didn't really help solve any of my problems or why I was feeling that way to begin with. And so I tried something different. And so there's no problem with that if you need to start feeling better, but don't shy away from the hard stuff, the tough stuff, because it is tough to really look at why you're reacting the way you're reacting. And sometimes it's not a pleasant thing to look at and deal with, but if you truly want to heal and move forward, that's kind of what you need to do. All right, and then once you kind of are starting to figure things out, however you do that, then you can make a plan. Sometimes you need to make changes in your life. Sometimes you need to look at things differently and put things in place that are going to help you continue to feel good. So this is kind of just a little roadmap to help it. So I feel like depression is affecting a lot of people in our world, in our community, around us. If you are ever feeling like you don't want to be here anymore, that you feel like you can no longer move on, and you're feeling like you want to kill yourself in some way, that is a major sign that you need to reach out to your support system. You can call the Suicide Crisis Hotline 988 and talk to someone. But again, when you're in that state, you're not thinking rationally. So you guys too, if you're a support system for people in your life, and guys, sometimes people with depression, they're like masters of hiding it. You don't know that someone is suffering, because that's what I would call it. If you have depression, you are suffering. It doesn't feel good in any kind of way. And sometimes, like I said, you don't even understand why you're that way or feeling that way. So if you have people who are, giving their stuff away, or they're having a major change in behavior, or something is off, you need to talk to them, and don't be afraid to ask, hey, are you having any thoughts of hurting yourself or killing yourself? Because you're not going to put that idea in their head by asking. And sometimes I think you can save a life by asking somebody that, and moving on from there. So I hope this video has given you a little information, given you a little bit of something to think through and over, and some hope that, yes, this is kind of a major problem, and we all have low parts in our life. Some people are struggling with it more than others. And really, you can do something to get better. It's not easy. It's really hard. And so if you really want to, I'm telling you now that you can do it. And if you put in the hard work and effort, it is worth it. So anyway, I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your day. Thanks so much for watching. Bye.